just before David Zaslav announced the restructuring of Warner Brothers Games to focus on its core franchises, including of course Harry Potter, there was talk of Warner Brothers pursuing live service, as this came from them themselves, that they want to explore more live service opportunities in the future. There was also reports about Hogwarts Legacy 2 perhaps potentially becoming a live service title in order to increase player engagement and of course to make more money from consumers by selling microtransactions. And this was actually only in November 2023, where David Zaslav, the company's CEO, said that the company's main priority with games remains a transition to live service. As he says, our focus is on transforming our biggest franchises from largely console with 3-4 year release schedules to include more always-on gameplay through live services, multi-platform and free-to-play extensions, with the goal to have more players spending more time on more platforms. Ultimately, we want to drive engagement and monetization of longer cycles and at higher levels. We have put specific capabilities, we are currently under scale and see significant opportunity to generate greater post-purchase revenue. Now, this was before he restructured the entire WB Games division, where they did state that they are going to now be focusing on Batman primarily in the DC universe, Mortal Kombat, Game of Thrones and Harry Potter. And of course, we all expect Hogwarts Legacy 2 to be an open world single player game, but it's very likely that Warner Brothers do want to add some sort of live service elements to it, whether that be the kind of Ubisoft open world games approach where they have seasonal content, crossover updates and much more things to keep players engaged and coming back, which I don't think is a bad thing, but converting it over to an MMORPG type of game is not ideal. But it seems we've got some good news on that front, some more concrete evidence that this is not going to be the case. As spotted by Gameblog.fr, in recent months a number of job openings have surfaced at Avalanche Salt Lake City Studios, sparking speculation and concern among Hogwarts Legacy fans. One of the main fears was that the studio might be steering Hogwarts Legacy 2 towards an MMORPG model, a direction that many fans have explicitly expressed that they don't want. Fortunately, the latest job listing appears to ease these concerns. None of them mention multiplayer features and all suggest that focus remains on a single player experience, as this is a job role for an executive producer over at Avalanche Studios. Let's take a deep dive in what this job listing is and how it points to a single player future for Hogwarts Legacy 2. So, main line is of course the position overview, where it states that the executive producer will lead production of a high quality single player action adventure RPG from concept to launch and beyond. This senior leadership role involves managing cross-functional teams, driving the game's vision in conjunction with the game director, managing budget and timelines, and collaborating with internal and external stakeholders, including the publishing team, to ensure a successful product. Also looking for someone with experience working with AAA games, a strong understanding of game development, including the development phases to include post-release, and some nice to haves is a passion for action adventure RPGs and a passion for source material and IPs we are working on, one of them being of course Harry Potter. So it does seem that this could be for a potential role of Hogwarts Legacy 2, as that is very much an action adventure open world RPG. And there's also a second listing for an animator role at Avalanche Studios Salt Lake City, which explicitly says join the team behind the blockbuster open world action RPG Hogwarts Legacy as we create what's next. And in both of these listings there's no mention of any multiplayer or MMO style experience, which is something that they would have definitely included if Hogwarts Legacy was going down the live service route, as they would have stated that they want someone who has experience not only with AAA games but live service games and more likely MMO games. Now I want to point over to the executive producer role, where it does say that they are looking for qualifications with strong understanding of game development, including its development phases to include post-release, which means that Hogwarts Legacy 2 will very much likely be getting post-content release, as we know that Hogwarts Legacy 1 didn't actually get this, and the DLC was actually in development a bit too late and then ultimately cancelled in order for the team to focus on the next Hogwarts Legacy project. But now from early development they are already thinking about post-release content, which very much means that we could be getting free content updates, maybe seasonal updates, but more likely DLC expansions. And because they were already working on DLC for Hogwarts Legacy 1, they may incorporate that into the main game, maybe as a side quest, maybe as a DLC post-release for Hogwarts Legacy 2 as well. It also says that they must have a passion for gaming and a strong knowledge of the additional content service landscape, which also points to DLC, but I feel this more points to kind of seasonal content, battle pass type of things that we've seen in the Assassin's Creed games from Ubisoft. As Ubisoft model is a kind of live servicey approach to their normal open world RPGs, where they do sell microtransaction bundles and premium currency. So that may be something that Hogwarts Legacy 2 may do in order to meet demands of the executives that maybe wanted to push Hogwarts Legacy 2 into a more live services type of game. Also, when we look at the Animator's job listing, clearly states that the qualifications they're looking for is proficient knowledge of Maya and Unreal Engine 5's animation systems, and a strong understanding of human and animal anatomy, locomotion and performance, and to participate in motion capture sessions and process mocap data for in-game use. Now, yes, of course, they're looking for someone with these types of capabilities because they're producing a high-level game, and every company would likely look for people like this. But what it does tell us is that Hogwarts Legacy 2 will be made on Unreal Engine 5. And there's likely going to be a lot more character faces and models this time around, where it did seem like a lot of people did kind of look the same and had that kind of same face in Hogwarts Legacy 1, where this time around it looks like we are going to be getting, of course, more faces and more animations, likely using meta-human technology with Unreal Engine 5, so we should feel even more immersive than the first game. It also points out human and animal anatomy, locomotion and performance, which of course means that we're likely going to be getting some new animals and creatures in Hogwarts Legacy 2, which is always exciting, as we know that there is a huge amount of different mystical magical creatures that we definitely want to see in the next game. Even with a sale looming off Warner Brothers, the parent company, it still looks like Hogwarts Legacy 2 is in development, and we're going to have to wait and see on who actually buys Warner Brothers, whether they buy the entire company or just assets of the company, and what will happen to the Warner Brothers games division, as that will be critical to updates for Hogwarts Legacy 2 and whether it's going to move forward, which it likely will, but we're gonna have to wait and find out. But these are the new updates that we found for Hogwarts Legacy 2, and it's very exciting that the work is still going on, and I will be sharing some new details as we get them on the channel, so go ahead and subscribe. And guys, I wanted to announce the Witch Hunt collection, which is going to be the first collection that will be available on the Balboa Club store when it launches. This specific collection is inspired by the Witcher series and the dark fantasy genre. This is a brand that I've really wanted to make for a long time. I didn't just want to make merch, but I wanted to make something special, something that mixes the really cool designs of the wrestling world with the things that we love the most, video games. And of course, the first design had to be inspired by my favorite game of all time, The Witcher 3. So this is something special that I've created for you. I want you to join the club, and I will announce when the store is about to launch through this channel. Now we're even going to TikTok and Instagram. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out, God bless, and join the Balboa Club today. Bye bye.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.